What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I think I want to start sanding down the FlipRX CRX. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did on Instagram that I was gonna paint this car black because I have single stage black lying around, but I polished out the driver's side fender and it turned out freaking better than what it was. You can't really see because it's really hot and bright out today, but you can see some gloss in it opposed to the door and obviously the different color gray. So the car, I was trying to polish it out yesterday. You can see all of the compound just flying everywhere, and this car was painted multiple times. The original color to this car is red. You can see it inside the car, it's red. And then it was painted yellow, which you can see right there. And then it was painted this graphite gray, all single stage. So I polished out the fender. Fender's not in the greatest condition. You got this run right there, which I tried to sand out. You got this little web crack right here, very lightly though, but the fender did gloss up until I got to the door. The door, I started polishing it and it took off material. You can see the yellow popping out right there. You can see the yellow popping out right there. I'm like, you know what, it's not the greatest paint job, but let's try to make the most of it, right? So I started polishing throughout the door and I got to the back. It took off paint right there. It took off paint right there. I pretty much gave up after that. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna give it another single stage black paint job. I'm not gonna do body work on the car. Granted, this car was painted twice. Hopefully it had body work done to it, which I know it did because fenders rolled and this is kind of like filled in a little bit, but there's small dings like on the door right there, the most noticeable one right there, and one on the fender, but not really on the rest of the car. So what I want to do is I want to sand it down and just put another layer of paint on it. So I ordered some paint last night and that should be here like tomorrow or something. And I'm not going to be painting in this video. Today is just more of, or this video is more of sanding the car down, prepping it, remove whatever I can remove off the car and get it ready to paint. And I think how I'm going to do this car is I'm just going to do it one side at a time. You guys already know dirt yard. I don't need no dirt metallic in the paint. And yeah, I'm going to stop with the talking and just get to work. Well, the weather kind of determines how much I'm going to work today because it's been in the 90s and it is kind of hot. So what had happened was after I pulled off the corner lamps off the FlipRX, you can see them right there, this guy showed up. So this guy showed up and we had intentions for yesterday, but unfortunately with his engine, he did a compression test when he was in SoCal. If you guys don't know, this is Leo and he lives in SoCal, but occasionally he comes up here to visit his family and pays me a visit since he's already out here. So we had plans for yesterday to swap his car. He was doing a compression test on his engine yesterday and the numbers weren't great, and we did a few changes of like getting the car into time and all of that stuff. It actually got worse. Yeah, so the engine was tooth off, retimed it, and the compression was a lot lower. So it may have like a bent valve or something like that. So we decided to push off the swap for I guess when we figure out, when you rebuild the head, or when you take the head apart, figure out what's wrong with it, rebuild it, put it back together, then he'll bring it back up here, then we'll do the swap. We've actually been hiding that for a cool minute. But like I said, he's up here now without the parts. He's just visiting, and he noticed that when he was driving up here, he noticed his car was shaking pretty bad at 70 miles an hour. You did try to do an alignment a while ago. The guy said wheel bearing. Yeah. So we verified it, jacked the car up, shook the wheel shook a lot. If you guys remembered, I don't know how many months ago.
Yeah, it was a good while back.
It was a while ago. Actually, it was like kind of before you went down.
Yeah, actually, it was right before I headed down to Southern California.
Almost a year.
Almost a year.
We did the wheel bearings on that car with the original hubs, and like I said, he drives his car a lot, like NorCal, SoCal, NorCal. When he's in SoCal, he's driving around all of like the county to buy, deliver parts, junkyard hunting and stuff like that. So it's got a lot of miles. Now, when we did the wheel bearings, they weren't no name brand things. Yeah, no. Yeah, and one is already like prematurely failing enough to notice it. So we just got back from the parts store. We got the national bearing, a brand new bearing and brand new hubs that he's gonna be pressing in right now. And I'm distracted. Obviously, I haven't started sanding the car just yet. Actually, what I'm doing is I'm sanding your freaking bumper. Hopefully you guys saw the video before this one. We did paint Leo's bumper, and we had a few imperfections, but the goal was to sand and polish it anyways. I looked at it when the car showed up, and there's a lot of imperfections. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually sanding his bumper and polishing it out just to make it look a lot more cleaner. So that's what I'm doing. He's doing wheel bearing, I'm sanding his bumper. I don't know when I'll get to that car, but in this video I'm gonna try to get it sanded down. Me time could be spent any other day. When the homie Leo comes up from SoCal and he's here at the pad, it's Leo time. So right here you can see I kind of sanded this section right here. You can see all of the bubbling that had happened. I sanded most of it off in the front. There's still all of these right here, which are little craters, and they're a lot more takes a lot more to sand because there's a lot of clear coat on here. You can see it. I'm using 1000 grit just to cut it quick, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that while Leo knocks out his wheel bearing. Which you already got it out? Damn, this guy's working fast, boy. Leo, isn't it kind of weird that you were here last time when he got in an accident? You're here again and he got in an accident again.
Oh yeah.
What had happened was this tire is really old and the tire blew out on the freeway. He did a full 360, got smacked in the front, got smacked in the back, and well, you guys already guessed it, the car's here, and I'm gonna try to fix this car so we can get it back up on the road again, because you know my uncle likes to make do with what he got. The car still runs good. It's a good car, right? That's all it really is. The car still runs and drives, so we just slapped on a spare wheel to get tires on that, because that has the tire pressure sensor in it. And by the looks of this, the hood is still good. The fender's tweaked a little bit. The bracing down here, the frame is a little tweaked, and the support is tweaked a little bit, but a little massaging, new headlight, new bumper, I think we should be able to get this thing back up and going. So not a big deal, you know, it is what it is. Mon's good, everybody else is good. I think the other guy had a messed up shoulder or something like that, but at the end of the day, car is a car, and we're glad he's okay. So I'm gonna tweak on this a little bit.
Good to go.
Good to go. All the lights work.
I think just a wheel.
Yeah, it's just a wheel.
Just a wheel.
Put a new tire all around.
Yeah.
Because I mean the tires in the front aren't in the best shape, but also because the tires in the back are old too. So new tires all around. I mean, this will get by as long as the headlights work, the car runs and drives like it should, AC's blasting. Who really cares about how the car looks, right? Unless you're one of us. But yeah, this thing is ready to go again. You know what I'm saying? Leo's almost done with his wheel bearing over there, and I haven't even sanded my car yet. Don't mind my white ass legs.
What?
Sheesh. I'm a white skinned Cambodian. Boy. Oh yeah, in case you guys are wondering what Leo's doing. So these aftermarket hubs, if you guys remember, I had to do this myself. The hub seems to be a little too big where the rotor didn't fit. So Leo was kind of grinding it down, and you're almost there.
No, I'm already there.
Are you?
Yeah,
are you sure?
I believe so.
Are you lying to yourself?
I might be for
Let me
the camera.
see. Let me see. All the way in. Oh no, it looks like a little gap. I can be wrong. I can be wrong.
A little like ring right here.
No, I think that should clear, because I thought the same thing with my hubs. These hubs look identical to the one that I put on the Flip RX when I switched to the 26 spline. So I've been through this thing here before. What are we showing?
Like the little edge that I ended up making from all the shaving.
So he shaved down a lot. You can see all the debris on the floor.
Nice.
But see, now I can eat. Hey, how did you like something though? It's fire, huh? It's fire. My local Chinese fast food restaurant. Fire. All right, guys, so me and Leo, we were just sitting here bullshitting the rest of the night. Obviously the sun has gone down. I didn't really show you guys the the results of the bumper, and I must tell you guys, it looks freaking amazing. Bumper, fender, hood is looking fresh as F, and the rest of the car, well, I mean, it's gonna get some loving really soon. So yeah, I think Leo is packed up. He is about ready to head back to south, but he's gonna have to make a part store run and then visit one of the other homies out here, and then straight south back to LA, bro. That's like 6.5 hours. Feels crazy. But anyways, I'm probably gonna continue sanding the car tomorrow, or I haven't started sanding the car, but I'm gonna continue taking apart that car tomorrow, and then try my best to get this whole thing sanded down. This guy over here was insisting that, you know, hey, what are you doing next weekend? Are you gonna be painting the car? Maybe I'll come back. I don't know. Maybe I'll wait for you. Maybe I'm not. I'm doing the car in sections anyway, so even if he did show up next week, I think he'll still make it in time to give me a hand with the car. But yeah, we'll get to that car tomorrow. But with Leo, he's gonna be heading back south, man. And you know what I'm saying, safe travels, bruh.
Hey, thank you, man.
Thank you for coming out here and visiting the homies. You mean like me? He always comes out here, always makes a visit to my house, so I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? You gave me reason to be out here today. And until next time, yeah. Until next time.
Until next time, guys.
Yes, sir. What is going on, you guys? It's the next day, and you guys can see it is getting dark. Why? Because I have not been sanding the car down. I was actually sanding down some wheels. So if you guys remember these rotor group ends, these were on the wagon when I did the all-wheel drive burnout. So I sanded these two down right here, and I'm gonna be putting new tires on it. This one I had to chop the tire off because I had to repair, well, not repair, these rims were curved up pretty bad, so I had to weld up a spot on the spoke and grinded it down nice and smooth. And I wanted to make sure that, you know, with the heat and everything, wasn't going to expand the tire and pop goes the weasel. So this one doesn't have the tire on it, and I just did base coat, three coats of championship white. Now I had white lying around. These wheels were originally white, so I figured champ white, why not? You know, it doesn't make it that ultra bright white like it used to be, although it was super dirty beforehand. But I'm repairing only two at a time because I only have 2 tires to go on. So I'm going to be slapping on these 195 ATR K Sport. Big shout out to Evan. He gave these to me because it didn't suit his car. It didn't like 195s, and I think he upgraded to 205s, but he gave me these 2 right here, and I'm still trying to source the other 2. Also, big shout out to Evan again because he came through with these Falcon Azenis 615Ks. These are 215/45 16s. I'm actually going to be bringing out some wheels I've retired for quite some time. Well, not actually retired, I just haven't bought tires for it, but I finally got these. Big shout out to Evan once again because he surprised me with these tires. Now I originally told him to buy it, and I was gonna pay him, and he kept refusing to take payment, and then he told me, happy birthday. So Evan, big shout out, man. Big thank you to you for these tires and those tires right there. I'm gonna put these 2 tires to use tomorrow if I can get these cleared up right now, which is what I'm about to do. And then I'm gonna get those mounted as well too, so we can get that off the floor right there. So tomorrow, I'm not going to show you guys like the process of all this right here. I just got sidetracked and decided to do this today since I threw some stuff in the storage. And tomorrow I'm going to resume on sanding this car down. The goal is to sand this car entirely down, and my paint comes in tomorrow, so hopefully we can get down with paint work this week. Damn, Nilo, man, always taking care of me, bruh. They look fire. I'm gonna show you guys the wheels when I get back home, but first we're gonna go sit in traffic. You guys ready to see the wheels? This is the group N we painted yesterday. We got the tires on here. Kind of nicked the paint a little bit, but I'm not worried. The paint is not fully cured. It looks a ton better than it did before. These are ready to, I mean, they're ready to rock, but just 2. Once I get the other 2 tires, I'll bring the other 2 rims to clean them up and paint them. But I bought these wheels from HMO in 2006 as soon as he posted them up, and did not regret this one bit. So it came with some tires, Nitto Neil Gens 205 45 16s, and I ran them until the wires showed, and once the wires showed, I put them away. The wheels been sitting in the garage for like, I don't know, 2007, 3 years, give or take 3 years. The wheels sat in the garage. And again, shout out to Evan, thank you for these tires, finally bringing them out of retirement for an old school Honda meet that's coming out here real soon on the 25th. I'm gonna be bringing out the wagon, and these wheels are the OG SW388 16x7 plus 45 4x100. These wheels were originally bought for that car, and finally got some new tires on it to rock them again for the meet. And guys, I miss these wheels, I really do, and can't wait to rock these again. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get back down and work on that CRX, get it fully sanded down, give you guys an update on that as well. And then yeah, I think we did quite a lot in this video already. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put these wheels away, cover them up. I just washed them, and just kind of store them away until the day we need to slap it back on that car. That was a lot of hand sanding. Now I did use the DA obviously, and I used the DA to run through the paint real quick with 100 grit, and then I chased it with 150, and I believe it was 220. But I sanded the car 3 times, and I'm still gonna do one more with 400 I bought yesterday. But before we do that, I am going to take care of some body work. The most visible body dents that I saw before sanding it down, which is right here on the fender. I did tap it out. I just need to glaze over it to get the low spot to be nice and straight. And the other visible one is this one right here. Now granted, this car has been painted multiple times. The original color to this car is red. You can tell from the inside of the car it's red, and it was painted yellow, and then I guess it was like a quick cheap gunmetal gray on top. If you look over here, if you guys remember, the fenders were actually darker than the rest of the body gray, and with the DA, with the hand sanding, you can see it barely dug through that gray. But if you look on the lighter gray from the doors back, I literally just put a DA on it and it literally just ate the paint up real quick. So this is super thin, super like less layer than the fender, I think. And this right here is where the buffer went through when I was trying to polish it, as well as these right here. So again, I got the body of the car, get some flashlight, got the body of the car sanded all the way down 3 times, trunk, roof, quarters, doors. I didn't do the rear bumper or the front because of how low the car is, but I'm going to take care of that because I'm going to take the bumper off and paint it separate from the car and have it elevated, so it'll be easier for me to work with. But driver's side door, all of the pillar, gas cap, all of this has been sanded down, guys, and that's what I really wanted to get done in today's video, although it took 3 freaking days to get to it. Because if you guys made it this far, I truly appreciate it. If you guys made it this far, you guys know we did a lot of stuff in between. We got Leo that came through with some things that we did, my uncle's car, mounting the tires. I get distracted a lot, but we're making progress in a lot of places, and I'm stoked to have the car finally sanded down. Now, I didn't go get my paint today. It didn't show up today, but because I was running around town, I didn't make it to the paint shop. I'll get it tomorrow. We'll do some body work on the car tomorrow as well, and once this car is ready to paint, we'll pick up back then. So it is going to be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed it a little bit, all the little shenanigans you guys just saw, be sure to hit the like button, and if you guys want to stick around for the paint job on the FlipRX CRX, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.